Nukers. There's going to come a time in your Grand Summoners journey where you're gonna stop mid-quest and think, I need a nuker. Not just any DPS unit, I'm talking about the kind of unit that can delete bosses in one hit. Well, today, I'm giving you 5. These are the top 5 nukers in Grand Summoners, and the one at number 1 will completely change how you play. But why are nukers even important? Here's the truth. If your account doesn't have a real nuker, you will hit a wall in late game. Bosses take forever. Farming feels like a grind. And crest? Well, that will be painful. But if you do have one, suddenly quests melt, raids finish fast, and farming rewards become effortless. By the end of this video, you'll know which nuker defines the game, why they stand out, and the single most important detail about nuking that most players overlook. Stick around for the reveal. You don't want to miss this. Nukers are the time savers, and this is the sole reason why I made this list, so you know exactly which nuker is worth your gems. Before we jump in, let's shout out a few honorable mentions. These units aren't full nukers, but they can still blow up things. Uzu, Sonosuke, Sunraku, Delta, Summer Miyu, War God Finn, Kenshin, Shoutir, and Demon Lord Rimuru. Some people even say Demon Lord Rimuru is a nuker. What's your opinion? Let me know in the comments. And who else am I missing? Let's start off with a bang! Number 5. Awoken Saitama. This dude dominated nuking since his release. He changed everyone's gameplay. He must be trash since he's an Awoken unit. Wrong. The man that punches one is still relevant till this day. He's gotten buffs. He can still be used for so much content. And he can generate Artgen on his own, gaining 20 arts from his skill that has a low CT speed of 8 seconds. Well, his arts? An EX1 Artgen that increases 5 arts per second for 40 seconds. You don't even need to use his true weapon, but it's good to have, providing him with an increase of physical, light, and attack by 50%. Utilize Hero Cape to increase defense ignore as an extra buff. His super art is a 200,000% light physical damage. He's a giant boss killer, and if you dream awaken this guy, he becomes even stronger. For an Awoken unit to compete in this Ascended era shows how good he really is. This dude will not disappoint. At number 4, we have Saiger Zero, the Attack Master, known for her incredible burst damage output in the anime and in Grand Summoners. This chick has a lot going on in her kit, an underrated unit in my opinion, also a luck unit. She has a 5-star physical, 5-star defense, and a 4-star defense. This allows her to keep the team alive and do damage at the same time. Her skill provides her with 20 arts and accuracy. Now, she can be used as a supporting role because of her arts and equipments, increasing all allies' art by 20 and gains a barrier that negates 5,000 damage. Use this as needed. Her true art increases damage by 100% and all allies damage by 30% depending on how many human units are in the party. Her super art is where she truly shines, combined with her passive, allowing her to double her super art multiplier to 440,000% for the first time it's used. Even after the first use, it's still 220,000% light damage, where she gains 6 arts per second for 25 seconds afterwards. She's a nuker turned into a supporting unit after the first shot. Wait, she has 100% defense ignore from her super art as well. This unit is an absolute beast. Nuking, Artgen, defensive slot, barrier, and a luck unit, she does it all. Number 3, Ukuran. This guy doesn't just nuke, he shreds content. He has a 5-star support slot, W, which you can use different equipments for Artgen or buffs. His skill provides him with 5 arts for 6 seconds. His art increases his physical equipment and skill CT speed, which you should be utilizing. You can use Okuran as a supporting unit if you spam his true art, stacking the team's attack by 60% and physical damage by 100%. This right here is why Okuran is so impressive. But his super art is where he's an actual nuker. He doubles his damage multiplier for the first 2 times he uses his super art. But that's not all. He reduces earth resistance depending on his current HP, capping at 200%. Although it's only 2 times during battle, this is enough to nuke majority of the bosses. Plus, in use after that, it's still really good damage. His passive helps him with team survivability, increasing their damage resistance for the first 2 minutes of the quest. He's also the perfect unit for farming, which he gains 200 arts per wave. He's the kind of unit that makes your whole account feel stronger. Overall, Okarun is a must-have unit. The only issue I have with this unit is his super art, which he charges up before his burst of damage, so it's kind of slow. Did you know you can help this channel out by hyping this video? Do it. Do it. Thanks in advance. Number 2. Now I'll be real with you. Okarun is arguably the better all-around unit, but as a pure nuker, the number 2 unit, Saito, takes this one. He has a 5-star support slot which you can use for quick nukes, crit, or team art gen. He can sustain himself fairly well with 40 arts from his skill, increases human stats by 20% and his own by 40. His true art increases the team's art by 30 and decreases enemies' physical resistance by 100%. Depending on the scenario, he can be used as a healer or buffer. His super art is when he becomes a menace. He increases his accuracy by 100% and decreases the enemy's damage resistance by 150%. If he's not in any status conditions. This right here combined with his passive is the reason why he hits so hard. But this allows Saito and the team to inflict crazy amount of damage. He gains 100 arts for the first skill he uses during each wave, which also applies to doubling his super art damage multiplier. This dude has a scalable damage increase if you give him an attack and defense crest. Overall, this dude is an absolute game-changing unit that will not disappoint you. Now our next unit dominates this niche. Finally, are you ready? Our number 1 unit. If you haven't guessed already, it's Saitama. Saitama the hero. If you're struggling to survive, he can change that. He has 2 5-star physical and a 5-star defense slot. This guy is meant for easy and hard content. This yellow duck gets 10 arts from his skill, but it's really unique. Every time he uses his skill, he increases his arts by 10, capping at 300. The longer the content, the more you're spamming his techniques. His art is a bit niche and rarely used, but his true art is a lifesaver, providing the team with a barrier that negates 8,000 damage and increases all allies' damage resistance by 30%. W. His super art has a 300,000 light physical damage that ignores defense. Even without defense ignore, he's still nuking. For every boss he encounters, he gains 100 arts. He has one of the highest scaling damage multiplier of 3%. If you don't know why this dude is number 1, here it is. He can reduce damage resistance, provide a shield, and nuke. Critical information. Some bosses just can't be nuked, which voids them useless. But the best nukers are the one that you can use for multiple roles. Remember this. So for bosses that can't be nuked, Saitama the hero is not void useless. He will continuously super art and do crazy amount of damage regardless. Especially if you ramped up his skill. Did you guys notice something? Every single nuker on the list are crossover units. How do you feel about that? Do you have any of these units? Which one is your favorite? Who's the number 1 unit in your opinion? And who will you be aiming for if you don't have a nuker? Let me know in the comments. I'll be replying. Remember, having a nuker isn't enough. Without the right synergy, support, and equipment, it's going to be useless. Good news, I already made a team building guide that covers it all. You can check that out next, or my other videos. You'll find something you'll like. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. I'll see you on the next video. Stay grinding, aim for that W, and you know what they call me,